right, beer fans, we got a good one tonight. This is Scotty Fight, otherwise known as Batman, here in the beer cave. Down here, I got a really nice one tonight. One I haven't had in a while. It's North Coast Old Rasputin, Russian Imperial Stout, ABV 9%. The first time I had this, I was actually at North Coast Brewing in California. I drove up there from Chico, California, where I went to see Sierra Nevada for the first time. And then we went up to North Coast near Fort Bragg. We had food at a great little hole-in-the-wall Thai place where the waitress's grandmother made the spring rolls. And it's like, I mean, when they say my grandmother is still making the spring rolls, you know they're going to be fucking awesome. But yeah, I was down CGT tonight. Didn't run into any of my crew, but yesterday I ran into Johnny G down there. He tried the beer I was having, the Shuggy from Single Cut Beersmiths, which turned out to be a real winner. I went down there today to try two new ones. The Ultimate Absolute Power from Coven, and the Grandar Imperial Pilsner from Lolev. And I really wanted to love the Coven, but I just couldn't love it. It was not very strong. It snuck up on me a little bit with the 7%, because it didn't taste like a 7%er. It didn't have the flavor. It didn't have the sweet, fruity flavor of a hazy, but it didn't have the hoppy flavor of any other IPAs. It just didn't do it for me. But the Imperial Pilsner from Lolev, the Grandar, was a big winner in my book tonight. And then I topped it off after I finished my dinner. I had another Shuggy double dry hopped New Zealand IPA from Single Cut Beersmiths, who makes some really awesome stuff. But let's crack this bad boy open. And get to pouring. I got my Nuka-Cola glass in honor of the Fallout TV show on Amazon coming next week. And I got to give a shout out to my boy George. Well, I don't want to call him boy George, but my best friend George, who got me this bottle of North Coast Old Rasputin. I owe you, man. This is a good one. Smooth. Very dark. You can see a lot of head on this stout. And that's going to settle really well. Man. You just see that. It's almost like it's on nitro. Oh, that's dark and malty. And boozy. Dare I say it. It's a bit boozy. It's a 9%er, so you should taste a bit of that. This is what a Nuka-Cola will do to you. Ran into my friends Johnny G and Jeff Wilson. And I didn't know that Jeff Wilson and his brother Tim were both Fallout fans. And I've been a fan of Fallout before there even was a Fallout, because I played the 1988 game Wasteland that the original developers made back then. They couldn't get the IP to do another Wasteland game, so they created the Fallout game as a follow-up to the original Wasteland game. It was available for like IBM PC, Apple, and Commodore 64. I played it actually on the Commodore 64 back in those days. C64. I was a C64 junkie. Still have mine. It's in one of those boxes you see on the shelves behind me. It is the Dish Network box. Has my Commodore 64 and my 1541 disk drive. 5 1/4 inch floppy disks. God, I am such a geek. But you know what? I'm Batman. And this is an awesome beer. I also went out this week and I joined the mug club at Y Beer Company out in Trafford. They're close. They're like 10-15 minutes from me. And they have some really, really good beers. And they're going to be doing a collaboration with Helltown, one of my other favorite breweries, because the brewers both used to work at Brew Gentlemen. And they found out that they both used to work there, and they said, well, let's do some shit together. So I know the brewer Dave from Helltown, and I was talking to him and the taproom manager Robbie. I've mentioned him on here many times. He's a good buddy of mine. We were talking about beers, and I mentioned Pacific Jade hops, and Dave the brewer was like, I haven't made anything with Pacific Jade hops. So Rob chimes in and says, well, Scott should get to name it. So I gave him what I call the name, and I heard a rumor that the beer is in the books. They're going to brew it, and I will have inspired it and named it. So that's kind of an awesome feeling. I definitely, if it comes to fruition, I want to get some of that shit, because I love Pacific Jade hops. I had one in Abomination Brewing, did a hop roulette series where they did Pacific Jade. That's the first time I tasted Pacific Jade hops, and I loved them. And when I was down in North Carolina, the name of the brewery escapes me, but they made an IPA that was just called Jade, and had a dark-haired woman, sultry looking dark-haired woman on the can, and it really, it appeals to you, the image, and the coloring on the can. I really wish I remembered who that was, but I could look it up. I also stumbled, not literally, but figuratively, I stumbled on 4 packs of Grist House French Toast Revolution, but they turned out to be last year's batch, but I missed it last year, so I'm just happy I got to have one. Remember, please subscribe. I got a couple new subscribers on my YouTube channel. I'm happy about that. I'm up to like 12 subscribers. Let's pop that up. We get that up to 20, and I'll be doing that shotgunning of an Arrogant Bastard 16-ounce can. So recruit your people if you want to see me do that. I will put it on video. I will live and die by the sword, so to speak. But this was a good find. I'm very happy that I picked it up. Again, I'm back. So we will I really like this Russian Imperial Stout. Can't read that. That's in Cyrillic, Russian alphabet, Russian and Greek alphabet. My grandmother's old church used Cyrillic. But yeah, and I'm looking forward to the Fallout TV series on Amazon next week. Shout out to Jeff Wilson and his brother Tim again. We will see you next time. And till then, drink some good brews and tell me about them. Take care.